Good evening, M4698. You're the first one in here tonight. AJ, you're the second one in here. Marcus7, user 88899. Everybody coming in here. Welcome from all over the world. Bridget, Chris M, Blue Oranges, Dawn. This is CmdrAleon, the host of the number one spiritual UFO talk show on the planet. This is, you're watching Encounters. Please start following. Go to my main bio, press the follow button. Please share and please like. Hey, Jesno. Hey, brother. Good to see you. Fellow Connecticutite. And ADI82, greetings, salutations there, Chesnell. Hope the dog is doing good. We got the cat here, Missy, hanging out somewhere. FSH, welcome. Tamri, good to see you. Lucas Jackson, AH, good to see you. Hey, Vicky, everybody out there. Gary Haas from Iowa, good to see you, brother. Rhonda, everybody out there around the world. Let's get it hopping. Let's get it going. Let's get a busting the matrix. We never fail to have, ZY, a glass of New England apple cider. Oh, Rose, no problem. Hey, Judy. So throughout the show this evening, between 11 and 1 a.m., you might see me take a drink of apple cider. Hey, Marinette, good to see you. Arthur, good to see you. See, the way I look at apple cider, for this particular space being, apple cider is my thing, plus watermelons. In the summertime, it's watermelons, and it's apple cider during the apple cider season. Good evening, Bonnie. Everybody, Gypsy Tia, good to see you. Lexi, good to see you. DM Ski, welcome everybody to the show. Michael H, this is Encounters, welcome. Brian, Nick Valquez, welcome. This Fox Bites, welcome. This Fox Bites, that's a good name. Debbie Klein, welcome. Everybody coming in here. Mistress, welcome, Mistress. Tommy Scotland, good to see you. Fat Boy, welcome to the show. Everybody, Daniel, wherever you are, please join us. Please share if you know people. Hey, One Toyota, good to see you, Mistress. Welcome back. And let's see. Deeth, hey, Deeth, thank you for the follow. Linda, hey, good to see you. Let's see. Blessed Pisces, Daniel. Daisy Dogs, that's a good name. Daisy Dogs. Orange Sky, welcome, Orange Sky. Ernie, good to have you with us. D La Junga, I think it is. Mary, Hetty, good to see you. Thanks for sharing, everybody. Good to see you, One Toyota. Catherine, Troy. Let's see what we got here. Angela, welcome, Angela. Sue, I think it's Susan. J Mark, hey, J Mark. WW something, welcome. Everybody coming in. Just a big hello to the whole world. Elvira, Whirlwind, everybody. Jude, Easy Money. Hey, Witchy Boo, good to see you. Lupita, everybody. Intel something, I think it is. Jard, let's see. Thank you for the gifts. We appreciate that always. Taybay, hey Taybay. Joanne, welcome, Joanne. Nice to see all these new people. Twiggy, welcome, Twiggy. Sarge, welcome, Sarge. All the people coming in here. If this is your first time watching the show, welcome. This is a show that's out of this world, and I truly mean that. Hey, Lynette, good to see you. It's been a while. Shell, good evening. Star, good evening. Yvette, good evening. Hopefully, Yvette, we're going to be able to have you on here to tell your story, because that's, I want to hear. She's got a story to tell, and we're going to get her on here. Hey, Lynette Beach, it's been a while. Things are really going in the last 3 years here being on TikTok, and things are hopping. Tonight, we're going to show a video I just posted a half hour ago on Astro Command Spaceship News here, and all my shows are updated. All the shows on my YouTube channel. If you want to subscribe to my YouTube, go to my main bio, press the follow button to follow me. Plus, there is a link to my YouTube channel, Astro Command Spaceship News. All our encounter shows are on there, so we're all up to date. And this show will be on my YouTube channel after it's over, after we go off the air. Thank you so much, Witchy. We appreciate you. Matt, De La Jungla, I think it is. Bruce, welcome to the show. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Hey, Scott Hammonds, good to see you. Jason, welcome, Jason. We have, I think, Javier something. 52 Larry. Hey, 52 Larry. Ditchick, I think it is. Tico, Bruno. I'm looking at all the names. We're just starting up here. Hey, Farya. I think it's Farya or Faryal. Hey, good to see you. Everybody, I might botch up some names here by accident. Cody, good to see you. Linda, welcome, Linda. Just me, hey, just me. Marcy Lynn, welcome, hello. I think Darcy something. I'm trying to catch these names. Heriolino, welcome. User 617. Hispanic Beauty, good evening. Welcome to the show. Carol Long, thank you for the share. User 5, let's see. Sarah Hunter, welcome. I can't keep up with all this. Hey, Spaceman. That's a good name, Spaceman. Thank you for the follow, Spaceman. Miracle Magic, good to see you. User 745, welcome. Bo, welcome to the show. Welcome to Bo. CP, welcome, CP. Andrew Collective, I think it is. Beach Lover, that's a good name too. Bambi, hey Bambi. Truth Seeker, I like that too. Man, some people have some really good names. Verona, welcome. Strange Betty. Strange Betty, that's interestingly strange. Sandra, welcome. Hey, Raindrops, good to see you. It was great having you on the show the other night, George Hart. I hope that Sarah comes on. She had the baby last night. We couldn't have an interview with her because the baby was on there, and I didn't want to get in trouble with a mother having her kid on the show, a little baby, so we had to drop her down, but I hope she comes back. I want to protect the show and protect my audience. Judy White, welcome. Jay Burns, 60, welcome to the show. Denise, hey Denise. Keo something, TJ74. Bird Lover, Diane, good to see you. Tarzan, hey Tarzan. Diane Bowling, I think it is. Angel. Right now it's early, it's only 6 minutes after. Barbara T, welcome. I just want to welcome all the people, all the beautiful people around the world. Kelly, Why Rain, that's a good name. I don't know, Why Snow. Hey Big Tooth, welcome. Everybody come. Jojo, welcome to the show. Hey Jojo. Let's see who else we got here. Windy Bay. Melissa, Neil, hey Melissa. Bird Lover, good to see you. I think Davina, welcome to Davina. John Northrup, I think it is, or Northrop. Mistress, you're back. I didn't know you left. CH something. Jen 0806. Lavola, good to see you. Lisa, welcome. Witty Joyce. Hey, Witty Joyce. Welcome to Encounters. Everybody coming in here, all the new people. Rose. I see some new names. Sunny Gal, Florida. It is sunny in Florida. Hopefully it's not snowing. Hey, buddy, good to see you. Big O, welcome to the show. So all the people coming in, Wi-Fi messed up. Oh, good. Yeah, Wi-Fi could be kind of weird. Hey, Star, welcome back. Hey, Tommy Taylor, welcome back. Ashtar Command, we love you. Thank you, Witchy. Doug, good to have you with us. So, hey, NYC, welcome to the show down there in New York, I think. It's snowing in Maryland. We're supposed to get a little bit of snow, not much. Red York Cosmic, I think it is. Steve D. All the good people coming in here. Steve D. We got Rich. Hey, Rich. Good evening, Rich. Judy Williams, 92. Welcome. Linda, welcome to the show. I'm doing a welcoming thing. And Patrick, welcome to Encounters. Amanda, welcome. Tanya, welcome. Daisy, good evening. Let's see who else we got. Laura, Rian, something. Daisy, welcome back. Gail, welcome, Gail. Charles Doster, 5. Yoli, welcome. And let's see. Mao Power, I think it is, or something like that. I probably messed it up. Jeff Leopard, welcome. Arthur, good to have you back here with us. Tommy Taylor, thank you so much. We appreciate the compliments. Donna Little, thank you. And hey, Camp Sparkles, good to see you, brother. Bonnie Ellis, let's see. Hispanic Beauty, thank you for the share. We appreciate it. Truth Seeker, definitely permission to come on board. Definitely for sure. Lady Dina. See, Chris Starr. Welcome, Chris Starr. Yvette. It's snowing in New Jersey. Yvette, we're going to try to see if we can get you up here tonight. Upgraded by something. Welcome to the show, Upgraded. Michelle, welcome to the show. And please share with people you think would be interested in the subject. This is the most #1 UFO talk show on the planet. And now the things I hear from Washington in that press conference they were having, the congresswoman who spoke talked about how they're going to be investigating and starting a committee to release all these different things with the UFO stuff. Now, I'm going to be really conservatively watching how they're going to do this. I want to see if this woman in the Congressional Committee on UFOs is gonna. She seems like she really wants to get the thing rolling, and she was on the committee with some hearings. So we'll see if there's going to be some big revelations in the next few months here in Washington. Well, I'm not in Washington, but she is anyway. So we'll see what happens with that. I did take time during my break to listen to her make a speech at a press conference, and we'll see what happens. Tonight, tonight I've got some great footage here. Tonight, you're going to see a video from a park in the United Kingdom that was recorded during the day, today actually. Today's the 11th, right? So it was recorded. I've got the video, and there's a lot of good video out there right now. In the last couple of days, there's been a lot of good footage all over the place, and we're going to actually, to be good to come up. Oh, tomorrow, okay, good. Okay, so tomorrow night we'll have you on the show on Wednesday night, and you're going to hear some interesting stories. Pineski, Colin Jowl, welcome to the show. And let me see here. And Bonnie, we'll see. She doesn't seem scared. She seems like she really wants to move forward with it. I watched the press conference. If she does what she's going to do, and that committee does what they're going to do, they're going to stand up to the powers that be, and I hope they stand up to the powers that be, and they don't get suppressed, and they actually do go forward with what they're going to do. Hey, Kit Kat, good to see you. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But we're not going to wait here to see what happens, because here it's happening. They're out there in Washington trying to get information to be disclosed, and we're here disclosing information. Well, now, wait a minute. We're showing real footage of these spaceships and UFOs and orbs, and they're saying they want the real information. They want to share, did I miss something here? How many of us didn't already know that there are space cities in the ocean? Now, the UFO committee in Washington talked about, one of the whistleblowers talked about in our seas and oceans. Well, let's see. Who knew about this for the last 3 years? Or less than that? Who knew? Where did that information come from before Congress, this congressional committee, talked about having these witnesses talk about there's something going on in our oceans? Like there's life, intelligent life in our oceans and our seas. Let me see. Where did that initially come from? Hey, Catherine, good to see you. Hey, Rachel. Oh, yeah, we're amped up tonight, folks. We don't know where it's going to go, but it's going somewhere. But let's deal with those people in Washington for a minute and say the cosmic truth. You mean, for people, millions and millions of people around the planet, for those people that watch these conference people, interview people, and say, oh, I want to know about these UFOs too. Now, for the layman that doesn't know anything about it, they'd say, wow, they just revealed information that there's intelligent life in our oceans. And they're watching it on CNN or one of those channels, right? You remember the hearings and the people that David Grush and all those people, and there were some other people that were like supposable whistleblowers that talked about how there's life in the oceans, that they're right here in our oceans. Now, how many of you heard that here before those hearings happened? How many people heard about that? How many people knew about that before they ever had the hearings? How many of you know that there's life in the oceans? There's intelligent life? Just a little quiz here. We didn't have to depend on a UFO committee in Washington to tell us that wait a minute, there's intelligent space beings in the oceans. And we're telling you this now at the committee, so you know. Wow. That's right. From April, who's been in the oceans on the spaceships of the command. April was in those oceans at the space cities. She's been there. We've known about those cities. They've been here forever. And now we have these committees that are going to get to the truth in Washington with revelations of new information that's going to boggle the mind. You know what? Disclosure is not coming from Washington. And if it does, look, if they tell the people the truth, these people that are really doing this stuff, that want to get to the truth, if they really want to get to the truth, I'm all for it. But I know right here on this show, we've had more disclosure in 3 years from people having visitations, abductions, positive contact, video footage. That's disclosure. What is disclosure? What's disclosure supposed to be like? You know, what is it supposed to be like? Are we supposed to wait for another 20 years for the DOD or the Pentagon or some other agency in France to tell us, oh, we have all this information. Now we're going to tell you. Hey, Syrie, good to see you, brother. We're going to now tell you the truth. We're now going to tell. When I show you this video tonight, I don't even think it's going to make it on national TV in the United States. When I show you this video tonight, this is from England. I don't even think it's going to be on, I don't live in England, but I don't think anyone's going to see it on the BBC or the ITN network or even the French network. Yeah, we've been waiting for 50 to 60 years. Yeah, Jody, I don't think they will either. Lisa, good to have you with us. So the commander is amped up tonight, and we're just going to do it as we do it. We're going to say it as it is. You're going to get the cosmic truth right here on this show. A matter of fact, I think we're going to show that video to start before we do any interviews. I'm going to show you that video. This video is going to blow you away. So get ready for something. If you're not watching this show out there, wherever you are in the world, if you're scanning TikTok and saying, let me see if I can find something to look at. Let me see what kind of persons.
One moment.
Let me see if I can find something live to watch. Okay. So we're going to show you this video. I'm going to show it now. I'm not going to wait. We're going to see it now. So come on in. Get relaxed. Our studios are really big around the world, the whole planet. If you have a futon or if you got a meditation pillow, whatever you're doing, just relax, hang out. Hey, Grandpa, good to see you, everybody. Roland Olson. Hey, so we're gonna show you some stuff here. I've got to show you this video, and this is for entertainment purposes only. But I'm telling you, what I'm going to show you.
Area 51.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I'm not showing you Area 51. But I'm going to show you this video. Get ready. When I show you this video, it will blow you away. Okay? So get ready. We're going to show this video now. I'm going to go into the other screen. You're watching Encounters. Now you see me. Now you don't. Check this out. This is going to blow your mind. I never put something on here that's going to be not good. Watch this. Hold on. We're getting there. I'm not going to play the music, but I'm going to show you this. Wait a minute. Hold on. We almost got it here, folks. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Wait a minute. That was not supposed to happen. Here we go. Check this out. This is real footage. This was recorded in the South Downs National Park today in England. This is real footage of a metallic orb. Non-terrestrial. Non-terrestrial. I don't kid around. When I show stuff here, it's the real deal. There's no AI, no CGI, no CIA. This is what Washington should be showing you. This is what they should be in the Department of Defense showing people. This is what you should be seeing. You see, that's why I tell people, don't wait for them in Washington or England to show you non-terrestrial footage, because the stuff they show you is nothing compared to what I'm showing you. Who wants to see a bunch of airline fighter jets recording on radar some object that you can hardly even understand what it is? This is the real deal, folks. This is a non-terrestrial spaceship. Watch this, hold on. And this is for entertainment purposes only. You're watching it on Encounters. Encounters is where it happens. We're about busting the matrix. We're about busting the matrix, liberating the planet from the deceit of those powers that refuse to tell people the truth about space people, about the spaceships. This is where it's happening, you know? And everybody else out there is saying, I wonder if the ETs do exist. I wonder if there's something out there. I wonder if they're not coming to Earth. They're not sending orbs to the planet. They're not here. There's nothing here. It's only us, right? It's only us. Wake up. And if you're a skeptic and you're watching this, open your eyes. Wake up. So they took two videos, one showing two different angles of the footage. Okay? Yeah, I believe they're coming from a larger ship. I think these are unmanned probes that are monitoring our planet before contact happens. They're monitoring the situation. To send us a photo, email it to CmdrAleon at AOL.com. So it's CmdrAleon at AOL.com. If you have any good footage like this, people, if you're videotaping this kind of stuff around the world, send me your video, date, location, and we'll review it and post it. Thank you, Grass. This is real. This stuff is real. This is, again, I have the date, the location, and the recording. And this is in a state park. Yeah, not everything's ET, but this is ET. I read energy when I look at videos. This is definitely not ours. This definitely is not ours. That was today, yep, over in England. Hey, Mindless Occasion, good to see you. The person used a Nikon P1000. I don't know much about cameras, but that's what they did. I don't know what time of day it was, but it was over in the UK. Looks like the sky was overcast. So we want to make this video on my page go viral. I want everyone to share the video. Let everybody throughout TikTok land know about this video and let it go viral. On my main page, you can share it. Go on the main page and you can share it all over the place. FYP the video. Yeah, Leslie, a lot of activity in the UK right now. And, on my show here, I am showing video footage through the show. I do not only interviews, but I want you to see the latest footage here. I think it's important, so I'm showing it to you. And that's right, Tara. Hey, good to see you. This thing, if it were to be on ground level, I would think it's really big. Even for a unmanned object, I would say this thing is pretty darn big. From my perspective, I've looked at a lot of footage. Yeah, I can feel the intentions are good. I think it's an unmanned object from a larger spaceship. And you're going to see a lot more of these things happen before contact happens. You're going to see a lot more of these orb-type objects. They're monitoring our frequencies, our vibrations on the planet, and they're getting ready for contact. It's going to start like this throughout this year. You're going to see all kinds of stuff happening. All kinds of stuff. And you're going to see it on my show here. I'm going to post the videos and let people see them. I post them on my main page. I'm making sure everybody knows what's going on the planet right now. I don't just put any kind of videos up there. I look at every single piece of footage that I come across that is sent to me, and I put footage on my page that's real. George, we got you. We're going to go back to the light here. Let me just turn the light back on. This is pretty crazy. And if you're just coming in here, I want every single TikToker to see this. Every single person. Everybody who has an interest in this subject. I want you to look at this video tonight as you're coming in here and you're scanning TikTok. You say, what's this? What am I looking at? You're watching Encounters. If you've never been on my show, watching my show before, we've been on here for 3 years, busting the matrix, telling the truth, and we're showing good footage here. We're showing the stuff that people need to see. We don't play any games here. I've been in the media for over 21 years. I've been in the subject for longer than that. Longer than that. I can play this thing for another 20 minutes because I know there's people that have come through TikTok scanning, and they're going to see this. And this is incredible footage. It really is. Jose says, I've seen similars twice here in Chicago, traveling very fast. Interesting. Interesting, Jose. And if you are videotaping out there, there's 500 plus people here. I know there are people around the world that are videotaping. If you've videotaped anything in the last week like this, I want you to talk about it on the show. We'll interview you. Send me your videos. Send them the videos to my email address for the show, CmdrAleon@AOL.com. I'll repeat it. The show and email address for sending your video footage with date, location is CmdrAleon@AOL.com, and we'll review your videos, potentially post them on our main page, and show them on the program here. This is pretty crazy. It's a scout ship that was sent down there. I was like reading the energy earlier when I saw this video. I read energy on the videos, and this thing was sent from a mothership way, way up in the atmosphere. Yep. Let me get back to my regular screen here. I didn't have to turn out the lights either. Let me just go back here. Give me a moment. Okay. Oops. Give me a second here. I'm going to flip the camera. Here we go. So that was from the South Downs National Park, recorded sometime today. I don't know what time it was, but it was over in the UK at this huge park called South Downs National Park in the United Kingdom. That's some of the latest stuff going on. Now, there's other things happening. Somebody recorded a red ball of light over Chicago. This happened back in January on the 29th. It's a good piece of footage that has not been seen yet. And a little bit later, we'll show you that. We're going to do some interviews here, but I'm saving this for later. And again, this is from January 29th. We'll show that footage in a little bit later on tonight. So this is our first piece of video footage to show you here on Encounters. You're watching Encounters. This is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show here on social media, on TikTok. And we're glad to have Dave. Thank you for pinning that up there. Again, like at that pinned email is my email. Send your video footage with the date and location. We'll take a look at it. Lynn, thank you for the donut. I am really hungry tonight, so a few donuts with the apple cider is good. We appreciate our moderators and everybody here. This person, I think it's Nimma Anderson. I live in Washington and see them all the time. Do you record any of them? I think it's Nimma. Nimma, could you record? Oops, uh-oh. I just got a warning restriction from, now I have to appeal. Wait a minute. I have to appeal something with TikTok here. Evidently, it tells me I can do TikTok should allow contact like mine. I understand the decision, but the restriction is too strict. My live does not contain contact mentioned in the notice. And then the notice is unclear. I'm still not sure why. So I'm going to pick TikTok should allow more contact like mine. So I'm going to do that. We'll see if they drop the restriction. I just got a restriction notice. Oh, man. For showing that video, I got a restriction notice. You know? No, I'm not going to do that. You know, because I'm showing the truth here, you know? And if there's anybody at TikTok watching my show, the video I just showed was with the subject matter of the talk show, which is UFOs. So if there's somebody in TikTok monitoring my show, can you please tell the algorithm or reverse the algorithm saying I had a violation, because I didn't violate anything. I'm doing a talk show on the subject, you know? I'm doing a talk show. I could restart it, but then I'd be giving in to something I don't agree with, you know? But we'll see. Right now it's saying restriction on. I want to see. They're going to. I have my other thing here, so I've basically said I disagree with the restriction, and this is for entertainment purposes only. If they don't, I wish they didn't like the apple cider. So when I drink the apple cider, there's no restriction. But everybody who knows me, I'm a media person. I've been on here. I've been on radio for 21 years. TikTok, you need to realize I'm not playing games here. I'm doing a show. If somebody at TikTok is watching or listening, please reverse the restriction right now, because it's ridiculous. If I was showing naked content, I can understand having a restriction, but I'm not even showing anything like that. There's no cursing on here. Well, we run a professional show, TikTok. And if you're watching the show, if there's any live people in a U.S. office watching us, you know that we do a good show here. Okay. They should do away with that whole thing. Most of your TV stations play videos when they deal, like CNN or these stations, when they do a UFO segment, they show orbs. ABC did it. They showed the drones. But they don't get restricted on ABC for showing that stuff because they control the network. So I want to see this restrict. I was going to show you another video later. I still might. I want to see what this thing is that they do. I want to see if they reverse the restriction. And you notice the restriction didn't happen right away. It happened like a few minutes later. But now they got me amped up here. So now I'm like really amped up because of that whole thing. You see what you did? You see, TikTok, what you did? You got me more amped up in the talk show than I was even before. Now we're really going to have problems. You don't want to get the commander. An algorithm does not want to play around with the commander who does a talk show. You really don't. Hey, Tricky Dick, good to see you. Hey, Sandra. Just tap and it will go away. It says here, oh, they didn't approve my appeal. It says your live is not eligible for recommendations and restricted in search results because it contains unoriginal or reproduced content. And this line, this is the line with the For You feed eligibility standards under community guidelines, issued February 11th at 23:28. So they didn't approve my appeal. Let's see here. Okay. So I'm going to restart. Yeah, so that means they won't push me out to the FYP tonight, correct? Now, if I restart my show, will it redo the thing when I'm not restricted? It's just for the video. Yeah, I know. Yep. But I don't want to restart because we have 317 people here. We have 55.2 already here, and we want to get to 100,000 tonight. We'll do it. So I want everybody to FYP the show since that restriction is happening, and everybody FYP. So we're going to do it people way. Yeah, I'm not really restricted. Okay, get Debbie, that's good. So everybody, I'm not going to restart. Everybody just FYP the heck out of this show right now. Invite hundreds of people here. Now this is where the commander is amped up. We're going to be creative here. We're going to be very creative with the algorithm. So the algorithm says to me, your appeal is not approved. I'm a computer. I didn't approve your appeal. I'm a computer. I'm an algorithm. Yes, indeed, folks. Let's do FYPing all over the planet here. We'll get back into some interviews here too, but we're going to FYP everything. The one thing you don't do, algorithm, is play around with a space being from another planet. We're busting the matrix. Yes, indeed. Yeah, busting the matrix. Busting matrix time. Ashtar command time. Busting the matrix. I am amped up here tonight. I'm ready. All right. And we are going to do some interviews. And if you've had any interesting experiences, I'd love to hear your story. Yeah, we'll definitely thank you so much for everybody doing that. I appreciate it. You know, they need to put. Yeah, I don't know really what the FYP is. All I know is that it actually people, if they see the FYP, it brings a lot of people to whatever it is, a video or something. You need to put the little mark there when you do the FYP. You're right, Hetty. So there's a little mark that little thing Hetty's doing. Let me see here. So just Hetty has it right there. You have to do that on the FYP, not just FYP. You put that little symbol and then the FYP. So a little symbol with the FYP is what is important to do. You want to hashtag it. Hashtag it. That's the way it's going to go. So you hashtag the whole thing. Very good, folks. Brothers and sisters all over the world, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know what? I will show that other video later from Chicago. It's a really good video. I'm not going to... I'm here to disclose what's going on around the world with this whole thing with the UFOs, the spaceships, the orbs, the people that are having experiences. That's what it's all about. I'm not going to start getting, ooh, the algorithm is telling me I can't do that. You got the commander amped up. Thank you, Daryl. We appreciate it. Remember to put the pound key when you put the FYP, do the pound key in the FYP. All right, so we're going to get into some stuff here. And we're going to do some interviewing with some people. If you have a story to share, if you've been having contact with space people, we definitely want to hear your story. It's about 11:36 on the east coast of the planet here in Connecticut in the cold New England weather. Thank you, Sunshine. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. Yeah, Corey, we've always stuck with this account. I'm not going to do any second accounts. I'm going to stand up right here on encounters with the one account I have, and there you go. And we appreciate everybody here. We love all of you. Good to have you all with us here. And nice to be with you. It's 9:37 p.m. in Arizona. 1 year full of love. Good to see you. And we appreciate everybody. You guys and gals are just amazing. Oh, you're welcome, Witchy Poo. Witchy Boo. You know, it does this to me every once in a while when I show a video, but it doesn't stop me from doing what I do. So after it did that, now we're at a little bit under 300. We're about 293 right now. No big deal. No biggie whatsoever. And again, now we're going to get into hopefully, yeah, we're not going to let that happen. I have a memory of getting abducted when I was a teenager and got probed and then left in the woods. Gary, we're going to bring you up, brother. So to be a guest, you have to be over 18. No kids on the show, no vaping on the show, no smoking, no drunks or drinking on the show, no paranormal, no politics, no religion. So we're going to invite Gary Lee. I just started following you. And we're going to bring them up if they can come up here. We'd like to hear, Gary, your story. I randomly select people when they give comments like that regarding possible abductions or visitations. I'm very interested in people's stories. Yeah, thanks. Hey, William, everybody. Hi. We're doing good, Stargate. Good to have you, Stargate Chrissy. Anybody else have any stories to tell regarding being visited or having videotaped any activity? Please let us know. New people coming in here, you're watching Encounters, the late night show, the spiritual UFO talk show here on TikTok. Mad2477, I have seen hundreds of UAPs at one time. Let's see here. Mad2477, I think we're going to bring you up, and you have to be over 18. No kids on the show, no smoking on the show, no vaping, no drugs, no drinking, no drunks, no paranormal discussion, no religion, and no politics. Let me see if Mad2477 would like to join us. Hey, Jordan, good to see you. And no foul language, too, yeah. Hey, Half Pint, good to see you. We have our guest, our first guest for the night for our show, Mad2477. Good evening and welcome to Encounters.
How you doing, man? Can you hear me?
I can sure hear you. Can I bring you on camera? I have a little camera thing here. You'll see it coming on to invite you.
Well, I don't really feel comfortable with being on camera and stuff for real, but I like to share with you though.
Okay, so tell us where you are. That's fine. And what part of the world you're in, and tell us your story about your encounters with the UAPs.
Well, I'm in Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
You familiar with that?
Oh, yeah, of course I am.
Okay. But yeah, over period of years, man, I've been really having a whole lot of experiences with different UAPs and stuff, man. Like I said, I've done seen hundreds of them at one time, man. It's kind of unbelievable, but like the thing of it is, it's like I got the receipts to prove it.
Okay, okay, let me slow you down here. I'm not talking about receipts. We're talking about unidentified flying objects from outer space. Do you have recordings of spaceships or anything like that?
Yeah, I got a whole lot of them.
And when did your recordings? When did you start having sightings?
I say my first sighting was probably like in 2015. And
Mm-hmm.
then like right around like the COVID period, stuff started kind of spiking up real high for me for real to the point where it's like I couldn't even go outside at times, man. It was
Oh
like
wow!
it was everywhere. I
And someone
seen
was someone was checking out your page. They say you have a lot of footage on your page.
that's not even half of it. That's just I
Yeah,
just started a TikTok just to share the message. I'm not here to go viral. I'm not here for followers. This
of
is
course
like
not.
this is like real personal for real, and I just feel like the people they should know what's really going on for real.
I'm with you. I'm with you. So tell us, because you've seen so many things and recorded them. Um, Tell us what's been happening with that. If you see that many sightings, I have to believe that you've had also some personal visitations or encounters too.
It's like at first when it started happening, uh, it's like at first when it started happening, I didn't really. It's like if you're going through like an awakening and you never really been through an awakening, how do you realize that you're going through an awakening? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was like one of those type things. Like at first, it was like I didn't really know what was going on, and then it's just like once I started like putting two and two together, I'm like, well, dang, I must be having some type of awakening. And
Yeah.
the thing about it, I just want to bring awareness because if a person go through something like this on their own by themselves, it could trigger different things or whatnot. And it's like me, I was lucky enough to have my family around me. So once I started experiencing, just like the blood, are you familiar with the blood souls?
No. The
It's
Blessos. Yeah,
the
the Blessos.
Bledsoe
Yes.
family. So
Blesso.
like
Yeah.
like my story is kind of similar to them. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point where at first I was experiencing them, then the people around me started experiencing them. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And it's like I said, it's real energy. Like when I talk about it and stuff, and it's real personal. So
Yeah.
I heard different people get on her and talk about their experiences and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
it's like when somebody kind of open up to you, you got to have an ear for it. But you got to understand it. It is people that's using this stuff for clout and using this stuff to gain followers and using this stuff for ill intentions. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to kind of be careful who you tapping in with, and this is for the people to listen to. You can follow behind. My thing is like this, man. It's like two pair of lips could say anything, but when you bring in receipts to the table, that's a different subject. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
and
so
that's the thing. It's like with me, it ain't up for debate. You know what I'm saying? It's like
no, you've
the,
documented everything,
yeah,
so they
yeah, it's
can't
like
debate it.
the stuff that's been getting shown, like the Nimitz and it's egg thing and stuff like that. That's like I got stuff that's like undeniable. Like ain't it's so much stuff that's going on where you can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I haven't had any experience. I haven't seen no entities. I haven't seen no I haven't seen no people or anything like
Right.
it. But I have been experiencing ships for a while
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And
And do you think there's a reason why you're having that? And whenever I have guests that are having these kinds of experiences, I've in 3 years had many people with different experiences, including visitations by space beings. So even though you haven't had that yet, you're doing some incredible stuff. You're having all these sightings of ships. What do you think that means? Obviously, you're
it's like
supposed to see them.
I know during COVID, me and my family we was like going through a whole bunch of trauma at the time, and it's the world was going through trauma. It's like
Mm.
like me having this experience made me tap into who I am. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
it made me question who I was. It's like my birthday was always weird to me. I was born on the seventh day, the seventh month. I'm a life path number 9,
Yeah.
369.
Yeah.
Uh, so and it's like I never been in tune with like numerology and stuff. Like all this is like new information to me, and it's kind of been amazing for real. And it's like and I just want my story, just trying to get it out there a little bit because it's like I am black, ethnic or whatnot, and I know like our stories don't really get told that much.
Hmm.
You
Hmm.
never really hear about you know, you hear about the one side of it, but you never really hear about the other side of it. So
Yeah.
I'm the other side, and I'm just I'm speaking from the heart because what I've been through is real. It's like I live this stuff. Like the people's enthused about this stuff, and they want to see it. I want to do this, but if you really have this experience, you got to be ready to go down this rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because
right.
It's deeper than just seeing something.
It
It's
is
deeper.
deeper.
It's deeper than just there goes some ships.
Right.
This is real
It's
life stuff.
And you're saying what you're saying. And what's your first name? I'm sorry, I don't want to call you Mad 2477. What's your first name?
My first name is Mario.
Mario. Nice to meet you, Mario. And you're
Thank you,
right.
man.
It is deeper because I mean, for some people, if it's their first time, I'm sure they're saying a ship that is like whoa, But if it's like you and me and others here are into the deeper meaning of what that means, it's not just about videotaping a spaceship from another world. It's about there's something else going on that's deeper, which is a spiritual cosmic implication of potential contact.
Yeah, and it's like the closest ship, and it's like every experience is pretty much different,
Hmm. Yeah.
and it's like you never know. It's like you can you can go get your telescopes and set them up and or whatever, however you want to do it, But it's like how it happens is just so random. You really never
Yeah.
know when it's gonna happen. You know,
Oh yeah,
you
you don't.
I could just be outside taking the trash out and then boom, talking on the phone to somebody and I'm talking about it and boom. It's like it's really a difficult. It's like it's difficult to talk about because like I said, people be all over the place with it. They, like people use this stuff to, for clout and to try to
Yeah, some
gain
of them do.
points.
Some of them
You
do.
know,
But the a
and
lot
it's
of
and
the
that's
people
just
on a lot of
go
people
ahead.
on TikTok I've met are really interested in letting people know what they're seeing, and they're not trying to do that. But they're I know what you mean. The people that are trying to do that are the ones creating these fantastic CGI AI videos that are not real, and they're doing it to get publicity for stuff that is just confusing people. But when we have people like you and others, and I'm in a C5 organization here in Connecticut. We have an Ashtar contact group, and I've been involved in C5 for a number of years. So, there's a lot of good people out there trying to let people see what they're doing on video, and they want to get people's understanding of it, and they want to know what people think. Now, those people are really just trying to, they're not big on TikTok. They just post their video and that's it. And I've met those people, but you're right. There are people on both ends of the spectrum, both interested in, like yourself, really sharing what you have to educate people, and that's really very important too.
Yeah, it's just a deep subject, man. Me and my family kind of been going through it. They've been, like I said, I couldn't imagine going through the mountain of stuff that I have went through like by myself. And
Hmm.
it's like if it wasn't for my family and my kids, I'm open with my family. It's like the thing about it is like since I've been going through it, I've been trying to be transparent about it, because it's like whole lot of this stuff, we want to keep it to ourselves and stuff, but at the
Right,
same time, it's like if you really got a message,
right,
what are you supposed to do with it? You know what I'm saying?
right,
So it's like I didn't ask to be in this position. I ain't grow up watching Star Wars, or I ain't grow up watching Star Trek. I wasn't an enthusiast. Uh,
right.
I'm actually an artist. I spend a lot of time to myself. It's like I never really been into like meditating and stuff like that. But at the
Right.
same time, I know I'm a humble person, and I do spend a lot of time by myself. So it's like I don't know what didn't happen, but it's almost like a switch went off in my life, and it's like I know everybody paradigm is probably different or whatnot, and that's all I could do is just share my story. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I'm going to your page right now, and I'm doing that. I'm going to, if we have your permission, I want to show one of your videos. I want to get to the page here.
Yeah, please
Uh,
do.
you know,
And
let's,
like I said,
and
and like I said, this is just like I just started this TikTok stuff, so that's just a couple of videos I done uploaded so far. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. Let's see if I can get this thing here. I think I have what I want to do. Here is this. That's not it. Wait a minute. Give me a second here just to kind of figure out what I'm doing. You're watching Encounters, and we're going to show one of these videos here in a minute. Here we go. Um, and it should be on your page in just a second here. You're watching Encounters, and I see your videos here. Let me see. There's all kinds of interesting footage. Let's see. Where should I go? I'm going to go back. I think I'm going to do this one here. There's one here.
and excuse me if I was rambling. Like I said, it's been a roller coaster in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So
mm,
I talk with it might sound like it's a whole lot of energy coming from me because it is like what I kind of been through. It's a whole lot of it's just different, man. And I'm glad that you pulled me up and I get to share it with y'all for real.
well, we're going to show one of your videos. I'm going to do this now. This is from, I think this is January 1st of 2025, correct? This one video here for 2025 videos you have that shows two objects moving. So we're going to show that video here
Okay.
on this. And let me just do this here. Let me go into my screen. This is for entertainment purposes only, in case TikTok does not like the fact that I'm doing this. Let me just do this here. Hold a minute. And we're going to switch the camera, flip it. This is one of your videos. Can you tell us when this was actually recorded? You can see the objects moving.
That's I think it was what's the date on it that
I
I
think I
uploaded?
think it's I think it's January 1st.
If you go to the comments, I'm sure somebody asked me, and I told them the specific date. But on this day, I was just happened to be walking outside, and I was talking to one of my family members. And when I walked outside, I told him, I'm like, hey, I got to call you back because they right here right now. And that's
Yeah.
when I actually took my phone out of my pocket and started recording them. And the thing of it is, it's like all my sightings, I never go looking for them. Like I said, they come to me,
They
and
come to you.
every sighting I have is right here at me minding my own business in my own place. You know what I'm saying? So
Wow, that's
it ain't like
amazing.
I'm it ain't like I'm going out looking for it. I'm not no UFO hunter. I'm just a real
Right.
person, man. It's like the experience been overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's been But this is like on the this is what happens when I go outside on the regular, man.
Yeah,
It's like you go ahead.
yeah, I'm gonna say we're gonna show another video. Give me a minute. I'm looking at all your videos here. They're pretty impressive to me. And how many videos have you recorded in 2025? Any?
Yeah, 2025, man. It's like I done recorded plenty. It's like I just seen what the other day, probably like 4 or 5 days ago. I just had an experience with a friend that was outside. I was talking to, and it's like I'm a little more experienced with having these sightings and stuff. So I
Oh
kind of
yeah.
I kind of realized what I was looking at, and he was kind of
Oh wow.
confused. He was
Yeah, let me.
confused. So go ahead, you
Yeah,
good?
I got the video from this 4 days ago, folks. You're gonna see this. Let me check this out. I'm turn the lights out here for a minute. You're watching Encounters. This is for entertainment purposes only. Mario's our guest in Kentucky. Check this out. Okay, it should start playing again. See, look at those objects. That's pretty cool. Right there. That's pretty amazing, Mario. And this is for entertainment purposes only.
Are you familiar with the Nuremberg? What happened in Nuremberg, Germany?
A little bit in the history aspects. I'm going to go
Well,
back to my regular screen here. Hold on a minute.
well,
Go
if I
ahead.
had to, if I had to, if I had to compare one of my sightings, that's a good sighting to compare one of my sightings where I seen like hundreds of them, and it was so many of them, man. I couldn't even wasn't no way to tell how many it actually was.
Oh,
I
wow.
couldn't count them all.
You have such amazing footage here as I'm looking at it. And you have a daytime UAP that was in the sky. I see that. You have a lot of stuff. People need to check out your page.
Please come
Uh,
check it out, man. It's like I said, I appreciate y'all if y'all do come follow me or whatnot. Like I said, I only post my experiences. That way I could kind of filter it out. It's like I done came across some amazing videos, but just to keep the confusion down, I like to just post the stuff that's personal with me. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, brother. Hey, you're a blessing. I'm glad you found us. How long have you been watching my show regularly for a while or in and
yeah,
out?
actually, this is I've been tuning. It's like I ain't been on TikTok that long, so I came across your page. I'm like, man, they talking about some good stuff. I got to follow this guy to hear, just to talk with other people about the stuff, because I just feel like
Yeah.
this is like pretty much what we need. We need to, just talk about it and dialogue about the stuff, because it is
Yeah,
what it is.
absolutely. Absolutely. And thank you, Half Pint. Well, Mario, I want to thank you, man, for coming up here. I'm following you now, and you're part of our international TV program, and everyone is happy to have you here. I am too. And if something big happens that you record, you can always come up here and say, Commander, I got some really amazing footage. We'll put it up here. We'll have you on.
Yes, sir, man. I got a holy grail video for you, man. Whenever you ready, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's do that sometime. I want to see a Holy Grail video for sure.
Yes, sir.
You know. All right. We'll save that for the next time.
Okay, yes, sir. Hit me up.
All right.
Okay, thanks, man.
Okay. Thanks, Mario. Okay, brother. We're
Okay,
gonna let him down. Mario, everybody, and we're
thank
gonna bring him
you.
down out in Kentucky, having amazing sightings out there in Kentucky. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. It's now 11:59 p.m. on the East Coast, going to midnight, and it'll be Wednesday morning in about less than a minute here in the this part of the United States. It'll still be Tuesday on the West Coast. Isn't that funny? The West Coast is going to be Tuesday, and where I am here, it's going to be Wednesday. I never thought of that much. But here we go. Hey, Hollywood, good to see you, brother. Everybody out there. And it's good to have you with us. Now, if you're wondering why our numbers are a little bit low tonight in terms of viewership, we got a restriction earlier. So TikTok was not letting people know we were out there. But, when I'm on tomorrow night, if I don't play any videos, it'll be normal again. So no big deal. Hey, good to see everybody out here. It is what it is. Hey, Neon. and we're just having a good old time here. Good evening, Kimberly. Everybody out there. We're at almost 100,000, and it's not even 2 o'clock. It's not even 1 a.m. in the morning. Thank you, everybody. And then what will happen at 1 o'clock when I go off the air, TikTok will tell me, right now, since I've been on at 11 o'clock, I've had 3,300 people view my show. I had 32 new people follow me. So as of right now, 1 hour and 1 minute, 3,300 people came in and saw the show. That's a lot of people, 3,300 people. 32 new people started following us. All right. So the good news is this restriction thing is meaningless, because when I go on tomorrow night, if I don't show any videos and I talk, anybody and everybody will be knowing about the show again. So it's no big deal. They've done this to me before. I can care less. And so that's pretty good. So I can by 1 o'clock I'll go back to that, and it'll tell me, how many people have been viewing the show. And I think, was it last night, we had 13,000, I think 13K from the time I got on to the end of the show. 13,000 people got to see the show at one point or another. Hey, Linda, that's right. But you can see I'm laughing because I don't care. Thank you, Milas. We appreciate that. Yeah, this restriction is just for tonight. It means nothing. When I go on tomorrow night, there won't be any restriction at all. It's only for the time I'm on here, so I don't care. Yeah, Saturday was really crazy. Yeah, it was. Thank you, Boo. Cannot hide the truth. It's true, Kimberly. You can't hide the truth. And I'm really interested to see what is going to transpire, out of Washington with this new committee. The original committee, I'm sure some of the people in the original UFO committee in Washington, thank you, Neon. I think the original committee will actually get together, and yeah, Corey. And that's right, Peggy. The truth will set you free. The woman in Washington, yeah, she did. Well, there was a woman in Washington. She's a representative from Florida. She's had a big announcement she did today or Tuesday regarding disclosure. She's talked about getting into the closed files about the John F. Kennedy assassination, a number of things related to what people would consider conspiracies and everything else. But she did talk about the UFOs and that they're going to try to do something. Supposedly, they're going to go after the top secret information. So we'll see what happens. And we're at 100,000 at 12 midnight in less than an hour. That's amazing. 100,000 likes. Thank you so far. We appreciate it. Luna is my Boston Terrier's name. Hey, oh, interesting. Marcy Lynn has a story. Where's Marcy Lynn? We'll bring Marcy Lynn up. Marcy Lynn, are you there? Let me see if I can find Marcy Lynn. Marcy Lynn. Now I'm going to look for Marcy Lynn. Did I miss Marcy Lynn? Where is she? I'm going backwards to try to find Marcy Lynn. How come I don't see Marcy Lynn? Marcy has a story. Where's Marcy? I see her. Let me see if I can see her on the queue here. All right. Where's Marcy Lynn? I don't see her. Marcy, say hello to me and I will bring you up. Let's see. Where's Marcy Lynn? Marcy Lynn, come into the guest option and we'll bring you up on the show. How come I don't see her? Oh, there she is. Hey, Marcy Lynn. We're going to bring you up on the show. And we're going to find out. I do see her. Marcy, I do see her. I just sent a request to bring her on the show. Marcy, just press the. There we go. Marcy's going to be on the show with us, and it's only the beginning. It's now 12:05 in the morning on Encounters. Hey, Marcy, how you doing?
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes, you're sounding great. I'm going to press my little camera control here. You'll see something
I
popping up.
I'd rather stay off the camera too. It's really late here, so just in case, family comes in
Oh,
half
family comes in.
dressed. Yeah.
Oh no, we don't want that happening. I'd be in trouble, and we don't want to do that.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
then we'll both be off the air for a little bit. So tell us your background, where you're located, and tell us your story.
Okay, my family moved to Maine when I was 2 weeks old. We've lived here my entire life. We live in central Maine. I don't know if you know uh, New England at all or Maine at all.
I live in Connecticut. I used to go to school in
Oh,
Hinkley,
good,
Maine,
good.
back in the 70s.
Okay, so you do know
Oh yeah.
the areas. Um, I grew up in a very small town, a lot of fields, small cities around me, that sort of stuff. When I was really little, I was very aware. Uh, I was never childlike. They thought I had autism. I did have ADHD, that sort of stuff. Um, and it started to progress to where I would know things and I would see things. Very empathic, very in tune with my surroundings, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I started speaking to who I thought was just normal people, just people. I
Yeah.
called them George and Fred. My mother called them my imaginary friends. And I never thought anything of it until I was about 13 years old because I talked to them like all the time. I was in contact with them consistently. They would, just like normal people, they'd come visit me, they'd, leave again. When I was 13, I was made aware that they were not like everybody else. They weren't
They weren't.
human per se.
Yeah.
They were human, but they were not from Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And so one night, after I'd had that encounter, they had told me that. I didn't really believe them. I thought they were kidding around, I was 13. But I was sitting by my window and I was looking up at the stars. It was a gorgeous, I can still see it in my mind's eye. It was a very, very gorgeous night. And I suddenly got this overwhelming feeling that I, I was someday I was going to go home to the
Mm-hmm.
stars.
Wow.
That life was going to change on Earth, and I became even more aware of life out there, of
Hmm.
who I was, of just very enlightened.
Yeah.
When I told, well, actually, before I go on, um, I had this feeling and I knew that they were going to come and take us, that we were all going to experience an alien encounter, that
Hmm.
something, very big and very life changing was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I told my mother this, and she told me, don't tell people don't tell them any of this. Never tell
Never.
anybody what you know and what you're
Yeah.
experiencing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because one, the spiritual part of seeing people for what they really are and not what they want you to see, that's going to
Yeah.
upset them.
Yeah.
And she said too, if you she didn't really believe me, but she didn't like say you're crazy either with the, encounters, the alien part. She said, don't tell people that either,
Hmm.
because that will upset people. They'll either make fun of you or they're going to accept it, and they're going to want to know more.
Yeah.
And even now, as much as I'm in tuned with it, I don't know everything. It's like anything in life. I'm
Yeah.
having a human experience, but I'm very aware that this is my last life on Earth.
Hmm.
I have spoken with them a few times in the last couple of months.
Hmm.
Uh, but now, instead of in physical form, I can hear them within my
Hmm.
mind.
Can you tell me and tell our audience what they look like? Did they tell you where they come from?
Um, when I saw them in physical form, they, like I said, they look like everybody else. They did have irregular, now that I've like really opened my eyes and said, why didn't you see that, I did notice there were some things that just didn't seem like a human could possibly have
Like a
those
like a
features.
normal human. I mean, they look human, but they're
Yes,
not like they're us, but they're not us in some ways.
exactly. And you know it when you see them and you speak to them.
Hmm.
You have this instinctual feeling. You know that you're talking to somebody who is not quite the same, that there's something more to them.
Yeah.
And it actually kind of gave me chills when I saw the picture of, is it Est or Hest, or with the
Um.
N?
Okay. Repeat the word. Maybe I can translate it.
The alien that has been discovered or has been said to be discovered in Antarctica
Oh
with
yeah, yeah. The human.
the
The human.
egg.
I forgot his name, but he has blonde hair and he's tall.
Right. When I saw the picture, I didn't really get a feeling like, oh, that, yeah. But it sort of did have a similar, there's I think what they did with that picture was fix it so you wouldn't have that uh feeling of a little bit of fear, excitement sort of feeling, because
Right.
they're not, they made it look like he was more like us, but they're
And maybe he
not.
was. He might have been. I mean, he obviously was more human than the pictures you see on TikTok with these people using the same kind of
Yeah,
graphic photos of AI, of negative looking ETs with scales on them. He was definitely the opposite of that. He was definitely human, but he
right.
was a very tall spiritual being. And I have the interview on my main page here, the audio segment of it, and it was quite amazing what he when they
Yeah.
asked him questions. You know?
It that felt very similar to the experiences I was having, but they were not quite as tall as him, and but they were very slim. Now this is why I excuse myself, because that I didn't figure out there was something off about them, was because I grew up around very gangly boys, so they seemed normal. It seemed
Yeah.
normal to me that they were that thin and that, that structure. But there was other features about them, the way their angle of their bone structure in their face and
Hmm.
that sort of stuff, that was not the same as I've ever seen on another human being.
Yeah. That that's let me just do this here for a minute. Yeah, so I think they also are telepathic. So the ones that
Right.
you've met, when you say this is your last round, I can understand that. So have they stated that they're going to take you? Have you been on their ship?
When I was younger, I'm pretty sure I had been on at least once or twice. Because it came very familiar and it felt very comfortable when we started talking about it. It would be they would mention it to me, and I wouldn't remember it, but it felt like I should remember it.
Yeah,
Like it was a comfortable feeling.
yeah,
Um, I don't want to forget this part, so I just want to mention this. Right
yeah,
before, I believe it was China who was having the uh the the orbs and the like a couple of years back. And it started, it like spiraled from there. It sort of went from there to California, and then we were like seeing the orbs, and it was like kind of consuming the whole earth.
yeah,
And that fit right into what they had told me before, that we were going to experience it as a whole. The whole world was going to experience this, and that there would be no silliness of take me to your leader stuff,
right, right.
or this would be a human experience. And the really interesting part was, um, right before it came on the East Coast, I had a couple of travels. See, I've okay, so this is the part I keep to myself normally, and but I've heard other people on your show talk about this, and I
Yeah.
was like, wow, I'm not the only one. I have mentally visited other Earths.
Hmm.
I've traveled quite a few times and visited. I knew that I was on another Earth,
Hmm.
and um it was a very at first very terrifying, very scary experience,
Yeah.
but then once
Yeah.
I started realizing that it was an experience I was supposed to have, um I mean, there's some really interesting worlds out there, very
Oh yeah.
interesting worlds.
And when you astral travel, we do astral travel, folks, out of our body, and we do astral travel cosmically to other planets. We just, from the human perspective, we don't realize sometimes we come back with the memory and say, "Well, I was at some other planet. That's interesting." And other times
Exactly.
we don't remember. But when we go to sleep at night, we're not just sleeping and totally out of it. There's some people out here that are actually astral traveling into a Merkaba state, which takes them off planet to probably in their full space consciousness to the whatever place they were from. They might even go on a spaceship, astrally traveling to the ship, meeting their family on the ship, and then after they meet their family, they're astral traveling back into their body before it's light out.
Exactly. And that was one of the things that I became very aware of. I've lived many lives, and I can remember some of my past lives.
Yeah.
I I'm starting to really come awake in this human form as well, because these are some of the things that I've really been very fearful to talk about. But he literally, one of George and Fred told me that it was time to start spreading so other people wouldn't be afraid, that
Mm-hmm.
they too could experience it without having um such a fear that they can't accept what's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah. And the thing is, Marcy, there have for years been space people that are human in many more ways than not that were sent here on Earth physically from their ships, and they live amongst us. They live in little towns in Maine. They can live in the Alps in Switzerland. They're everywhere, but we don't notice it unless you're totally tuned into it. They could be walking down the street in Paris,
Yes,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times where I actually will be walking down the street, and I'll kind of get a different vibe, different energy, and I'll kind of look over and I'll think, nobody notices you. Nobody sees
Yeah.
you. Why
Yeah.
don't they see you? You're standing right there. and they're just doing everything everybody else is doing. They're experiencing the earth. It's not I mean, and that's only one type. I know that there's many types, obviously, out there. That's why whenever I see or hear anything that I'm like, wait, I've never been told that.
Right.
I don't discredit it because I don't know everything. I'm learning myself. You know,
Yeah.
it's the universe is too big for us to really know.
Right.
It's too much for our brains. There's no way that
Now, someone's asking in the audience, do you know what a star seed is? Do you know what star seed area you're from? Do you know anything
I've
about?
I never actually heard that term until I came to your show.
Yeah.
Um I don't know. I don't know. I possibly could be. It was never mentioned to me by George or Fred or the
Mm,
alien that I met just recently. And he was a very interesting fellow. I never got his name. I
mm,
definitely got a male energy from him, and he
mm-hmm.
was damn tall. He was he had to crouch down. uh this was telepathically. He had to crouch
Telepathically.
down at my window to basically speak to me, and he was
He
such a
was
huge
he
energy.
was he was physically at your window outside of your home.
Yes, yeah.
Did
Yep.
you go outside of your home to speak to
I
him?
did, but
You did.
I did not actually I wanted to. I felt rude. Obviously he didn't want to be encountered physically. He
Okay.
wanted a barrier between us. I don't know why, but when I went outside, there was many orbs, and I actually wanted to share it with my husband because he's starting to accept
Mm-hmm.
this as well. He for years he has, kiddingly, accepted then not accepted. Um, but yeah, he's definitely starting to accept it. And when all the orbs were out there, I ran in to go grab him,
Mm-hmm.
and we wanted to get it on the phone, but they were just moving so quickly. All you can see is just these streaks of
Oh
light.
wow.
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Marcy, the two people, the man and the woman that visit you, who are definitely space people. Well, there's no such thing as aliens. They're basically space people that are in
Right.
living on planet Earth. So the space people that you're seeing, and one of my friends, Half Pint, they live up in the Appalachian Mountains. They've been in contact with the Anunnaki, which are human men and women, and they have their own children. They're very beautiful, and
Yeah.
so there's Half Pint was saying the tall one that you saw was an Anunnaki
Oh,
space being.
okay.
Yep. And the other two people that you're connected with who are space people, um, if you see them again, I have a question I want you to ask them.
Okay.
Okay. And you can tell them CmdrAleon from the Ashtar Command, who's in the Earth body, wanted to ask them where they're from and are they going to, you can ask them, you can ask them if they take you on their ship because they do have a ship somewhere and they do go on their ship. Not when they see you, but when they leave you, they're
Right.
going to some other location in a remote area of Maine, and they go on their ship. They just go on their ship. I'm getting really strong energy about this. So there definitely has a ship somewhere, and you never see it because they come to your house. Their ship is either cloaked or something. But ask them where they're from. Number one, and number two, ask them if they will take you on their spaceship.
Yeah, the next time I was hoping that I would be in contact with them soon because, I mean, with everything that's going on, I would love to help people.
Yeah,
That's what I've always been about is just, trying to teach and show people that it's not all cuckoo's nest and it's not
right.
all, this is real. Anything you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
This
Mm-hmm.
is what I was taught. Anything that you can imagine has happened because you wouldn't be able to see it in your mind's eye.
Yeah.
Your imagination has to come from somewhere. You're drawing from something. You just don't know what it is because
Yeah,
there's so much out there,
yeah.
and we can
So
only,
I'm just saying, Candy Leon is asking, what was her last encounter? When's the last time you saw the man and the woman?
um that was let's see, just before the New Jersey encounters started up.
Oh, last
Um
year, you mean?
that was like in December or
December. Yeah,
January.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Hmm.
that was about when it happened, and then all of a sudden the New Jersey stuff started happening. So it's kind of like they keep on letting me know ahead of time,
Yeah.
just this is a possibility. This is I've been told over and over again that the world encounter is going to happen in 2025.
So
That
do
this this
so
is the
these two
year.
these two space people that are physical people, everybody understand this. She's having physical interactions with two people, a man and a woman, who are dressed in human outfits, but they're not from planet Earth. They are
Right.
space beings. So are they telling you there's going to be contact in 2025, 2026?
Yes. Yeah,
They
oh
are
yeah.
saying that to you.
Yes, there's definitely going to be a worldwide everybody's
Hmm.
going to have an encounter. It is going to change. Life as we know it is going our eyes are going to be opened, completely
Wow.
opened.
And that's
Well, to
interesting.
the point
And
that
this
it can be.
Right. So what people need to understand, forgetting all the crazy channelers over the years on Facebook and everything saying we love you, we're going to be here, nothing ever happens. That's the channeling stuff.
Right.
They were talking about Marcy in Maine. She's physically having a relationship with two space people. More than that, the Anunnaki person that looked through the window, the man and the woman who have physically come to her. She wasn't dreaming about them. They are physically in human clothing, and they are disguised, but yet you know that they're not from this planet.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
I would say to everybody that you definitely you can too. You can feel that energy. You can know when you're speaking to somebody who is not from here. You have that
Yeah.
ability as well.
Yeah, my friend Corey's he's been on my show, and the spaceships are appearing all over the place with him, and he's had some amazing experiences with the frequencies, the high frequencies where he is, and he also says they're telling him the same thing. He's a contactee, just like you are a contactee. So the thing is, this is the more interesting information that this is what we do here on this show. This is where people say, well, we hope that Washington comes out with some disclosure information. Who cares about that? You're a living human person in Maine having contact with two different, a man and a woman from another planet, and another one that talked to you telepathically on the other side of your window outside, and you respected they just weren't ready to have a physical
Yeah,
contact that way.
actually,
You
I feel
know,
like he didn't want to that he didn't need to. He didn't
he
need to
didn't
have
need to.
physical.
He
Yeah,
felt
it was
comfortable
more
where he
about the
was.
energy exchange than it
Energy
was,
exchange. Yeah,
yeah, having
yeah,
the human experience. A
yeah.
lot
No,
of it is about the energy of things and learning that part of life and the universe. That
yes.
energy is everything.
Yeah. And someone's asking, where about in Maine are you? Because, like I said, I lived in Hinkley, Maine. I had actually, when I was in Hinkley in the 70s, I saw some spaceships. And then later in the night, people heard what appeared to be objects really low going over the campus. This is
Yes.
like 73, 74.
Are you talking about Brunswick?
Hinkley, Maine.
Hinkley, okay.
And when I was at Hinkley, Maine, the Fairfield County State Police, the local radio station in Waterville reported Fairfield County State Police reports seeing a UFO or object, and that was the same time when we had these objects over the campus
Yes. We've
as a high
had
school.
a lot of encounters. I'm not the only one here who talks openly about it to a certain extent, because I do feel like sometimes if I talk too much about it and I'm believed too much, and I think this is this is the crazy part. I'm hoping I don't want to be interior. I don't want to be taken and asked, how do you get in contact with them
Oh, you mean
and
the
that kind of
government?
stuff.
You mean the government
Yeah.
kind of thing? Yeah, I don't think you have
Yeah.
anything to worry about. On my show, you're safe. You went public on encounters. The government's not going to touch my show. They've tried to, and the command has, they tried to monitor my show, and the command, well, this was last year at one point, and the Astro Command put a frequency sound over the show that blocked their monitoring equipment, and they couldn't do anything.
Well, good. That's good
Don't
because
even worry about it. This show is very powerful. This show is definitely my Astro Command family is watching the show on a spaceship right now. They can see you. They can see all the comments here, and they are watching the program as we speak.
yeah, I imagine that they've got quite a good handle on most things. They're
Yeah,
monitoring everyone. They're,
yeah.
trying to keep everything under control. And I don't believe that this is ever going to be something that they can keep contained. It's not that kind of situation, but I do believe it could be messy at first. And I don't
It,
want to be
it,
one of those
it
people
might. Well,
that.
I don't think it'll be messy. I think the fact is the DoD and all these, the Ministry of Defense and all these world leaders, they absolutely, including religious leaders, none of them have any control over this. That's the thing that they're going nuts over. They have no control over this because the space people of the command, the Ashtar command. Thank you, Tricky Dick. Give me a moment. The space people and the councils of light. This is all real information. They had it. They gave these people a lot of years to come forward, and they didn't. So now it's time. It's divine timing. There's going to be direct contact with the people of Earth, and there's nothing that can be done to stop it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I
Yeah,
like I said, a lot of talk of that, and it's been quite a while. We're almost at the end of February. I haven't really heard anything from them, not physically or any mentally either. It's just very quiet. So I'm assuming at this point, it's going to, just happen, and I'm
yeah.
gonna be like, hey, I know them, that kind of thing. So
Well, I want you to hook up with my friend, Friends with Furious 1111. She and I and a number of people met here when I decided to do TikTok 3 years ago. And she goes off the ships onto the Ashtar Command ship. My father, his name is Robar. My mother's Luna. I have two sisters and a brother that are taller than me, and um, I have a family off planet, a
oh, that's
physical family.
lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, so I want you to hook up with Friends with Furries 1111 when she's on. Introduce yourself, tell you, talk to me. I feel you have a connection with us in a very strong way, and I'm sure she'll be delighted to talk to you and meet you.
Oh, sure. I definitely would love to. Like I
Yeah,
said, I know that my I joke around, or I did joke around with them that, I know my mission, because it feels like it's really strongly being put out there. Not just me, it's everybody that I know that around here.
yeah,
Everybody's been saying, start talking about this like it's normal. you
right. It's so
know
normal. Yeah, it is.
yep, no
And let
more
me tell you something.
secrets, no
No
more
more
holding
secrets.
back.
And I
Yep.
tell everybody out there in the UFO community, if you know something, say something. Don't sit
Yes.
back and just hide the information, especially anyone out there who's a contactee having physical contact like you are with real positive space people visiting you. Come on here, talk about it. Let people know what you're experiencing. The truth is going to be the most important thing we have. This show is getting bigger and bigger in 3 years. I've got almost 1 million likes and over, I think it was almost 80,000 followers. So we have a lot of people out here, and as we become bigger and bigger, we are reaching a lot of people on the planet. We can reach more millions and millions more, but we will take what we can get here, and without commercials or funny game shows, we are here, you know, and everyone who's here, we're here 2 hours a night, nightly, and sometimes they take a break because I have to regenerate. But we're here.
Yeah,
We're
right.
committed. Yeah, we're committed to busting the matrix. That means busting the matrix means we all have to bust the matrix. We all have to speak the
Right.
truth.
We're
You
all in
know,
this together. This is
we're
not
all in this together.
I'm more in tune than you are.
Right.
This
That's right.
isn't, a power trip. This is for everybody to experience and
Right. That's
learn
right.
and, really embrace, it's going to be hard for some people. Their minds won't be able to wrap around it. And so I understand why it's really important for all of these sightings, for the contact constant, us talking, the more frequent visits of the entities being just around everywhere.
Mm.
I believe that this definitely is going to be a learning process, and yeah, it's really exciting too because finally it's no more quick trips or
Right.
these people, I call them people, entities, whatever you want to call them. They
Right.
become part of like me. I really care about them.
Hmm.
So it'll be really nice to be able to see them without having the secrecy and the
And you know what?
you
I was
know
just thinking that I'm just thinking that the man and the woman who are visiting you frequently in late December and early January,
Yep.
I think you are connected to their star family.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you something. And the reason I just came up with that thought, the fact that they came to you, a space person doesn't just come up to somebody in Maine and say what they say, and they want to start talking to you and they start revealing things to you. And I'm tuning into your energy right now, which I do if you watch my show before.
Yep.
I believe that you are connected to them on a cosmic basis. I think if you ask them, say, am I connected to you? Am I part of your family? Ask them, did you come to me because I'm in my human form, but I'm part of your family when I'm not, when I was on the spaceship before coming in human form? Ask them, am I part of your family?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
getting a really strong
definitely.
energy about that. Yeah, I think you're connected to them.
I mean, I always felt like definitely when I was younger that it was like my brothers. So I always called them my brothers.
Yeah,
And then the two they yeah, I could definitely believe that, and I'm
yeah,
going to ask if there is some kind of connection
yeah,
somehow between us because it does feel very strong.
yeah. No, you are connected biologically, and you have biological parents on Earth. But before coming into the physical form, they are your family. They are. That's why they haven't revealed it to you yet. Think about this. Why did they come to see you all these different times, physically off their spaceship? Think
Yeah, I
about that.
always wondered that, honestly. Why
Yeah,
me? Why was
yeah,
I so aware and awake, and why is this my job and my
yeah.
awakening and my whatever. I've always asked that.
Yeah, well, the fact is, when something is right in front of you, sometimes you don't see it. You're walking right by that person, and that person keeps showing up every time you walk by them in the park. The
Right.
same exact person. This is just a hypothetical analogy. You come by that person again and again and again. Why? Because there's a connection. There's a
Right.
relationship. There's something that is way more important than them just coming and saying, "Hi, here we are. We're going to come back and see you again."
Right.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, they're your family. You are connected on a cosmic biological basis. You are connected in your DNA with the space people. I would ask them, like I said, I'm really getting this. I'm being told, by my upper people on the ship to that you should ask this people. I'm getting. They're telling me that you need to ask them that question.
I actually, pertaining to that, I did ask them once how come, they were on Earth in the first place.
Mm-hmm,
What they
mm-hmm,
have their own planets and that kind of stuff. And they actually said that we were not from Earth either, that our genetic makeup comes from the asteroid that destroyed the Earth when the dinosaurs and all that. It didn't kill the dinosaurs, it just,
mm-hmm.
disrupted the world. But it disrupted the Earth in a way that made us possible from the genetic, material that was on that asteroid.
Yeah,
And I've always like whenever people talk about that, I've always brought that up is, we come from that.
yeah,
And it's always felt like a fact to me because that's what I was told.
yeah,
And so it makes sense that we would be related to them somehow, and that's why they're here.
yeah. Well, the thing is, we were all sent here as starseed. The starseed, like I will use the definition of a starseed for everyone watching the show around the world. A starseed, in my definition, is very clearly we volunteered to come here from our star family, which means we all have biological cosmic family off planet. I don't know where everybody's family is, what planet they're from, what solar system. Every one of the people here, you all have, whether you know it or not, a star-based family. You, out of your whole family, you could have 5 brothers on a spaceship, 3 sisters, and a mother and a father from the planet Oshkosh. And then you say, well, you know what? I volunteer to come to Earth in this time period, and for the next few decades, I plan to be here and experience Earth life. And that's exactly, Marcy, what you're doing. You came from wherever they're from, that man and that woman. You came from their planetary system. You don't remember yet, but as you become more awakened, you'll remember if you ask yourself in a meditation, like, how should I put this? So we all have a higher self. When you
Right.
meditate, go within your higher self and ask your higher self to ask you where you come from. And if it takes you 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a day, you will eventually understand where you come from once you ask your higher self that question.
Oh, that's very interesting. I've always been very spiritual on the
Yeah,
human level.
yeah.
And like I said, very awake, very aware, very empathic.
Mm-hmm.
I know this is my very last life. I've had a lot of lives here. I've learned my lessons, and I know that I'm supposed to go on to whatever's next. So possibly, I guess that would be going back
Yeah. You know
to
what's
where we
next?
came from.
I'm giving you the information right now. You're gonna be going on a spaceship soon.
That is so interesting.
But you're coming back. You're not, you will have the ability to go. You're gonna be you when you start talking to them, they're waiting for you to ask them. They want you to ask them this question. They want you to give me a moment. When they see you soon, you're going to ask them if you can now just tell them that you're ready to go on mission on the spaceship for the first time with them physically, and are they ready to take you on the ship?
All right, I definitely, I guess I have a lot of things that I want to talk to them about. Then, uh, you know, I've always just accepted everything and just,
Hmm.
kind of gone along with. But
Yeah,
yeah, I guess asking those questions would be a great way to open my eyes up even more to,
yeah. They're waiting. I can't believe I'm getting all this information for you. They're waiting for you to make the next move when they come.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense. It really does.
Hmm.
It's been a progressive thing, and I've never really done that. I've always just been like happy to see them, happy to hear what they have to say,
Hmm.
that kind of thing. I've never really thought I had an actual connection to them.
Yeah, you do. They're your family. They haven't told you yet, but that's why they love you.
Oh, I know that part.
Yeah,
You
they
can
love you.
feel, yes, that very close to them. That is
Yeah,
certainly true.
yeah. Well, the reason why you're close is because they're your space family. They
Yeah,
physically
that
came
is
to Earth.
so interesting.
Hmm. You're an
I,
amazing person, you know.
I'm very sorry that I haven't been looking at the chat. It's just really hard to hear and be able to talk on the phone
It's all
and
right.
see the messages.
No, I'm looking. I'm that's why I'm hosting. I'm looking. Um, and Half Pint, my friend Mary says, just let them know it doesn't matter what they look like. You love them.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing, though. This is our human experience, but we're just basically, and this is going to sound so crass, but we're meat suits. You know, the energy, our souls are what matter,
Right.
and
We call
and
this the
that's the
human. We call
connection.
this the human suit. Like we're just wearing a human
Yeah,
suit,
there you
but the
go.
space, but our space consciousness is within the human suit, right?
Exactly.
So, for example, you see me here in my human suit, but my consciousness is space consciousness. Like right now, I'm between my human questioning consciousness as a talk show host, but I can switch in 2 seconds. Right now, I'm in space consciousness, and I can operate in space consciousness and understand. I've been operating kind of space consciousness with you because we're talking about your cosmic family. So I've been elevated into space consciousness to interact, and it's been
Right.
great.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Well, Marcy, I am following you. You're an amazing person,
Well, thank
and
you.
you're now part of the family here. And also check out my friend Friends with Furries 1111.
I
She's
will.
on. She when she's on, just introduce her, tell her you've met the commander, and you'll love her. She's a good person, and you'll enjoy the group of people that we are connected with here, and on my show too.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to my story as well.
Oh, it was worth it, and I'm glad you came up here. And we're usually on here. We're in Connecticut, so we're on here at 11 o'clock nightly. Once in a while, I'll take a break because I need to, just to regenerate, which is something a
Right.
talk show host has to do, and also
Yes.
for my well-being.
Yes, of
Um,
course.
so yeah, so we're going to thank Marcy for being here. One person asked, "Whereabouts in Maine are you?" And I didn't quite get to know generally where that was.
I'm in central Maine. If you
Central Maine.
guys know the area, the Augusta, Brunswick,
Oh yeah,
Wiscasset area.
yeah,
Yep,
Augusta.
that's
I
where
know where
I'm at.
Augusta is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Yep.
south of Hinkley. And I've been to
Yes.
Bangor, Maine. I've been to Bar Harbor, Maine.
Yeah. We always tease. The truth of the matter is that if you live in Maine or you've been to Maine, you've traveled many miles because you have to
Yeah, to
drive
get
from
you have
one
to drive.
place to the next.
Yeah, if you go from Hinkley to Bar Harbor, I mean to Bar Harbor, that's a drive.
It is. It's a massive. We have really, really long drives between our cities and our
Yeah,
towns, and
yeah.
yeah, it's huge.
Wow.
We have a very big state, or it feels like it anyway.
Yeah, it is a big state. I love Maine. Always will love Maine. And like I said, I had my one big UFO thing happen up there when I was in high school in Hinkley, and it made the local radio station, which was amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty
Been
cool.
lots of them over the years from the 60s and even today. We've had our own orbs and all the stuff that's going on. It's just a little more quieter than the rest of the states, but
Yeah.
we've definitely been having them too. There is, I think, a Facebook, I believe it's on Facebook, where
Hmm.
people grouped up and have just basically been sharing all the things that they've been seeing and
Oh wow.
encountering.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very interesting. Very interesting. Hey Marcy, you can come on anytime if you have anything happening. Well, definitely keep us updated when you finally do ask those questions of these
I
two space
will.
people. And then to Commander, I want to come up. I got some new information. And you can also ask them if they know of the Commander, Aleon of the Ashtar Command. I want to see what they respond to you when you say that.
I will. I definitely have a lot of questions for them, and when I
Yeah,
do get the
see?
answers, I would love to share that.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't. My audience can't
Me
wait. I
either,
can't wait.
honestly.
I'm so excited. You've been a great guest. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right, everybody. Marcy, we're going to bring Marcy down off the ship here. And again, Marcy up in Maine, incredible story, a great story, a contactee with space people visiting her. And as I listened to her story, that's when I started to tune into her. And I started to understand, wait a minute, those two people and her are connected. Those are her space family. That's why they're visiting her physically. They are connected to her. Marcy, thank you so much. We're coming up to about 10 minutes before 1 a.m. on the East Coast. Amazing night. Even though I had my TikTok thing happen, just for tonight's show, they did this restriction thing. So they didn't recommend my show, and they restricted the search results so people couldn't search for it. And so that was just for tonight. Tomorrow night, if I don't show any videos, that won't happen. But knowing me, this other video I want to show, and since I'm restricted, I'm going to end the show with showing you this video. I can't wait to see what happens next. Wait a minute. Do you want to see another video, folks? I think you do. I know I do. And let's see here. We're going to get the video going here. Is this the video? Let's see. Let us see the last video of the night. Now, before I got the restriction, hundreds of people would be coming in here. So now, let me go to the video in Chicago that we want to show you. Let's see. Oh, this is good too. No, let's see. Chicago's here somewhere. Ah, yes. Vienna? No, we don't want to do Vienna. We have ones from Chicago. Yeah, this is interesting. There's a lot of movement. This is from Chicago. And you can see it's like really bright. And it was moving. January 29th, 2025. Red ball of light over Chicago. We're going to show this video. Not actually, I haven't gotten to watch that yet, but I think I want to show this video right here. Hold on a minute. Let me show this video. Okay. I'm going to show it just for a second or two. I've already got my restriction violation thing here. So I'm not, too concerned about anything else. So let's just do this video here. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is our news segment here. TikTok, this is our news segment. UFO news right here. Hold on just a moment. UFO news from January. We're going to flip the camera. We're going to play just a little bit. Oh, no, that's not what I want to play. Hold on a minute. We lost what we were doing. Here we go. No, that's not it. And that's not it. Let's see here. We will have it in just a moment, folks. The video of Chicago. I seem to have... Give me a second here. We will show it to you. And we will hit the video. No, I guess I went too far. Hold on a minute. We do have the video from Chicago here somewhere. Let's see. Here it is, Chicago. So we're going to show this video here and let you see it. Okay, this is Chicago. Check this out real quick. This is January 29th, Chicago. And you're watching Encounters. This is for entertainment purposes only. This is for entertainment purposes only. Just check this out. Chicago, Illinois, January, I think January 29th. Okay. Let me do this here. I think I have somebody in queue. Let me turn the lights on. Let me turn the lights on, brothers and sisters, here on Encounters. Okay. All right. And let's get ourselves back in the swing of things here. And we are back. So just a brief video there. Buzzella, we'll bring Buzzella up for a few minutes. It's at 12:55 a.m. on the East Coast. Hey, Buzzella, welcome.
Good evening, Commander. How are you?
We're doing good towards the end of the night. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just getting over the flu, so excuse if I sound weird tonight.
Oh, I hope you feel better.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I have a few pictures and videos I wanted to show you if I'm able to right now.
Yeah, let me push the camera on here. And there'll be a thing where you can just save it and come back onto the screen live.
Okay.
So we'll see you.
Okay. Let me see. I don't know if it'll let me show the video. It won't let me show the video on green screen.
Oh, won't? Let me see. Is that a video on your page?
No, it's not on my page. It's in my camera roll. It has to be on my page.
No. If you have it do you have it on a separate camera?
No, I have it on my phone. I see the pictures here. Maybe I'll show the video another time.
Okay, so we'll take a look at the pictures. You're watching Encounters, and Buzzella is our guest. Has been on before, and she's got some pictures to show you right here on Encounters. So I'm gonna bring you up on camera again. There you go.
So this is the picture of the door opening up again, but this time instead of it being like a light color, it was shining different colors, like between like a turquoise bluish type color. It was really beautiful and holographic. I'll post the video on my page, and then I'll show it next time because you can see it even more better in the video.
Oh, cool. That'd be great. That's pretty cool. We'll have to definitely and explain the picture, because the way we looked at it before that, we looked at it as a doorway into like a ship.
Yes, it's the same thing, just this time it was more like a holographic teal blue color. It was radiating different colors. The last time it was kind of like a illuminating type light, like if there was light shining through. Remember we saw the beams?
Yeah. That was pretty amazing.
So this is how it's been looking lately. It's been raining out here and really cloudy. So these videos and pictures were taken a couple of weeks ago before I got sick. But it's been getting closer. It's been getting closer and closer every single night almost.
I think eventually what they're going to do is have you walk into the ship through that doorway, and that's probably why it's getting. I can't predict this, but I think that's why it's getting closer and closer. I think you're going to take a walk
definitely.
on the ship.
I've actually I've come in contact with my star daughter recently, and she's been on the ship actually, and I've been in contact with her, and I actually got to meet her finally in person, so that's been amazing.
Oh, wow, pretty cool. Very cool. I love the picture.
Well, I think my screen got stuck. It's not showing the other three.
Oh.
Yeah, I got stuck on that picture, but I would definitely post the video because I really want you to see the video. The video is actually it's pretty amazing and yeah, it's stuck. It won't let me show the other. It won't let me show the other pictures for some reason. It got frozen.
Oh, well, that happens. We'll have to show them on another night, the other pictures, you know?
Yes, definitely.
All right. Well, you know what? It's almost 1 a.m. And that was great that you came up to show the photo. And this is Bazella. She's a contactee with the space people. And I can't wait to see the video footage.
Yes, definitely. I hope you guys have a wonderful night.
Okay, Bazella, thanks for being our last guest and showing us some good stuff. We appreciate you.
Thank you for bringing me up.
Okay, we're going to bring Bazella down off the ship. And we want to thank everybody for watching the show. We've had, even with the restrictions, we had 3,900 people see the show and 33 new followers. If you're not following the show yet, please go to my main page on my bio and press the follow button. Also, there's a link to my YouTube channel, Astronaut Command Spaceship News. This show will be, that's being recorded now, will be on my YouTube channel by tomorrow morning. Everybody have a good night. We're going to call it an evening. It's been great, and we'll see you all tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Eastern on Encounters.